This is the voice of the report of the week. Signing on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone listening and watching. This is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. The YouTube show. This is the YouTube show, the YouTube edition, the YouTube service of VORW, the voice of the report of the week. It is presently June the 21st, 2015. The year being, and this is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. Well, here we are. We're here. We're live. Present and accounted for with another VORW broadcast. So, today, it's evening now. This show is being recorded in segments. Already kind of recorded one segment where I go and take a walk. You get to look forward to that. Whole 30 minutes worth. And then we got our fan mail, and then we got the intro here. But today was mixed for me. Anxiety in the morning, and depression, and then frustration in the evening. Just the pure hypocrisy that exists in some communities astounds me. It really does. And to say that some of those people should be absolutely ashamed of themselves is an understatement. If anything, they need to look back at themselves and reevaluate themselves, their lives, and maybe they should actually practice what they preach every now and then. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, and we'll keep it that way, but I'm just kind of fed up, to be honest. We've just a few communities online, really. You know, just who knows. Sometimes I just think, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I just ponder. Since when? Alright? Just hear me out on this. Since when did wearing a suit and tie casually and reviewing food and drink items on YouTube, when did that become such a heinous action that it so forth requires criticism from every group, including groups who stand up and talk about criticism themselves, and how they're being criticized, and how people who go on and say, well, we want to treat everyone equal, yet they should say, well, we treat everyone equal except for this guy who reviews stuff in a suit, because apparently we're liable to make fun of him because he sits there and he reviews things and he's not normal. People disgust me. I apologize. Can't say I'm in the most pleasant mood in the world, to be honest, but a VORW show is to be recorded, and we will record one upon in due time, whether I'm happy, I'm sad, depressed, PO'd, etc., etc. So, I'm not going to go on the full rant, because I really could. But I'm not going to. Just another day, But you gotta ignore it. Gotta say, well, ignore it. Ignore it. Yeah. Say what they say. Life goes on. Big deal. That's what we gotta do. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be taking a walk now. And I guarantee you, while I may not be in the best spirits at this time, this walk was recorded earlier, where I am in much better spirits. After that, the mailbag section of our program, where I'm also in better spirits. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Night Walk, where we discuss various things. We talk about different topics. We talk about the channel and a few changes. Subtle, small, nothing noticeable that are coming to it. Thank you and enjoy the program, ladies and gentlemen. This is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. So here we are. We're taking a walk, as I said. It's around 8:45 p.m. Yep, 8:45-ish. Maybe 8:50 p.m. June the 21st, the very first day of summer, dear listeners. And wanted to go out and enjoy the night. I presume one would say, shortest night of the year. I mean, theoretically. Still bright outside. I imagine by the time I'm concluded with this walk, it'll probably be dark, but for now, it's evening, it's dusk, I presume. Pro tip, if you ever want to get into shortwave listening, the very best times for listening are dawn and dusk. It would be around this time. At this time, I don't know who's interested, but this time both layers of the ionosphere, to put it simply, are open, which allows for maximum, listening abilities. During the daytime, the higher frequencies are best for listening. At nighttime, the lower frequencies are best for listening. So at dawn and dusk, you kind of get the best of both worlds, per se. But we're taking a walk. We're not doing any listening. Right now, I'm just walking through. I'm doing my standard route, but I turn on the microphone a little bit earlier than usual. Usually I'll wait until I'm kind of out of the residential area, so I don't kind of look awkward sitting there, walking down the street, with this little black thing in my hand, talking to myself. But let's be honest, people. I don't care anymore. I figure I already attract as much attention as I do, dressed as I am. Who cares anymore? You've kind of already crossed that line where just adding on to it doesn't make any more difference. So, I don't care. Figure, so what? What are they gonna care? No one's gonna care. No need to be self-conscious like that anymore. Just in the great words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it, as he said. Anyways, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very fine evening outside. It was a 90-degree day today, and I still enjoyed it. Got up bright and early at 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. I woke up at, and truly, I've been up since. Then. I did enjoy the day, though. I really did. Mostly I've just been up listening to Shortwave. I wrote a reception report. Wrote to station CFRX. That's a news talk station. Low power out of Toronto, but so close, it kind of just made it over. And wrote to them. They accept postal reports only, with $2 included, so I figure it's going to be worth it. So I typed it up on the typewriter this afternoon, and assembled the $2, and I'll mail that out first thing tomorrow. I'll be sure to get up. Oh, great. See someone walking towards me, so let's cross the street here so they don't feel threatened by me. All right. Yes, this evening, very nice though. Temperatures are, well, as I said today, it was in the 90s outside. It was in the 90s outside today, but in the evening there were some thunderstorms that did pass through. It was I believe, a cold front, to be honest, because temperatures now it is much clearer, drier, and the humidity has since left. The temperatures are now probably in the 70s, so I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable as I am. I really am. So that's nice. Today it's on the 3-piece suit, but not too bad. Not too bad. But I'm comfortable now, though when I'm walking right now I'm wearing my black dress pants, a white dress shirt with French cuffs, a black vest which goes with the 3-piece suit, the pocket watch which is attached to the vest, a new tie actually. I'll tell you about that later. But going with a new tie here, and as my accessory to carry, because they said the thunderstorms are kind of, well, the main line, like the main frontal line, has passed. There's still some isolated shower activity in the region, so I'm carrying this black umbrella with me as well. And this umbrella is a fine one. Be gone. There's a bug crawling on my arm. It's a big one, which is why I could probably see it. But that's what you have to expect in the summertime when you're out and about. But that's why you wear a white shirt, so you could see whatever's crawling around on you. I think it was I don't know. It looked like a large beetle, but it was probably a lightning bug. Those are around at this time. Anyways, so I'm going with this black umbrella here, and it's a very nice one. It is. It's not like one of those cheap, dollar store umbrellas, like one of those plastic ones. This is far, at least in my opinion, nicer. That's what I feel. The umbrella is older. I don't know how old. Could be 50 years old for all I know. Got it from my grandmother. She's in her 90s and just had it in the closet. And she said, "Hey, you want this?" I said, "Yeah. Looked nice, good condition." So who knows? Maybe it's a vintage item. Maybe she got it 2 years ago. I don't know. But it's mine now. But it's a nice one. One of those longer ones has a nice wooden handle and a point to it. So I tightly wrapped it up and kind of, in a sense, could use that as a walking stick. I actually do have an actual walking stick. Don't really break it out, but it's nice to have. It's a nice formal accessory for if ever the white tie event that may demand one. But we can't forget, I'm going with black sneakers. I was gonna wear dress shoes, but there's puddles and all, so kind of don't want to ruin them because they are newer shoes, and don't want to give them the treatment just yet. Yeah. So maybe you've noticed the sound of the traffic has considerably died down. That's because it actually has. Turned down our standard side street and going through the desolate areas now, away from humanity, or at least where any people are. Not necessarily getting away from humanity. We're not going out into the wilderness or anything of that sort. But, we're going out of the way, I suppose. Yes, here we are. And there's a deer. Oh boy. Don't you attack me, dear. Let's cross the street again, as we do not appear threatening. But if the deer goes after me, I'm going to whack him with the umbrella. Gouge his eye out with the point. No, he's just looking at me. Alright. Hello, dear. Guess this is one of the rare deers that don't speak English. Yeah. And I gotta cross back over the street. Just looking at me. Alright, well, just what it is. So anyways, yeah, not a real busy day for me. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna tell you about the tie, yes. So this tie that I'm wearing is a really nice one. And I just got it. I actually just attained it only, but a few days ago. It's a Art Deco style tie. If I film something tonight, you'll see me wearing it. It's an Art Deco style tie. And it's in the colors almost like a black and almost gold/bronze color. Very nice pattern. Got a few compliments on it. Very nice tie. I myself did not get it. I didn't. This tie was picked out for me by really, I guess you could say my best friend. You might be saying, well, Review Bro, you must have a lot of friends, right? Really, I don't. Really, I don't. Looking down at this parking lot here. Seeing all the way down at the end of it, some guy moving around. I think he's taking a leak. So, didn't see anything. You take your piss. Not looking. Don't know what he's doing down there for, but alright. Relieve yourself. Oh. Alright, where were we? So, yes. I don't have, too many people I could really even consider friends. I mean, the amount of individuals I could even consider, I suppose, friends are, I could put on one hand easily. Acquaintances, maybe more. People who known me over the years and will sometimes say, hey, what's up, if I ever see them, like in public or something. It's not really a friend to me, it's an acquaintance. But the amount of people who I could really consider friends, I could probably think of maybe 2 right now. Maybe, and that's it. So, just to put it in perspective. So, the few people who I have, who I could actually consider friends, who I'll talk to somewhat regularly, are very, very few. Regardless. So this was a gift from one of those friends. I thought that was very nice of them. So now we went around in a little cul-de-sac. A cul-de-sac, as some call it in Français. I'm walking back up the street now. And it is starting to get darker now. The sun is setting. The sky is beginning to darken. Behind me, the sky is a very, very, very deep blue. Almost a black, but not quite. But almost a very, very deep blue. So it's getting there. Ahead of me, the sky is a little bit of a pale blue, but it's getting dim. It's definitely very dim outside, to be honest. Very dim. It's that time of day, where all the clouds look black, because they're in the shadow now. It's kind of that time of day now. Ahead of me, though, I see a tall cumulonimbus cloud. I can tell it is by its standard thunderhead towering above the rest of the cloud in a blackened silhouette. That's to be expected, though. They said, specifically, I checked the radar before I went out, and they said, shower or thunderstorm activity, and that's why I brought my umbrella. Here comes a car with no muffler. You might think, when you hear a car that loud, that it would be some fancy hot rod. No. This is literally some beat-up 90s sedan. No muffler. The whole road smells like gasoline now. So, it's one of those cars. Yes. But, yeah, I'm looking at the storm clouds ahead. So maybe you'll catch the rare occasion on a VORW where we're walking through a storm. And I've done it before. Don't really care. You know, you walk through a storm, you go in, you get out. That's all there is to it. As long as it's not really a windstorm, then I'm alright with it. But like a rainstorm, even a thunderstorm. But yeah, you know, I've walked through, you know, a storm here and there. No big deal for me. As I said, get in, get out. Especially the rainstorms. Those are actually kind of refreshing, really, to walk through. But, anyways. So, if it rains, it rains. I've got the umbrella. I'm prepared. Figure if a thunderstorm, it storms. You might inquire, well, dear lecturer, what about the lightning? Number one, the lightning, the chances of it striking you are so slim. Truth be told, not even really a chance. But even if it were to strike, well, we'll just put it this way, it'd be quick, for the most part. So, anyways, here we wander down the road. We cross the street, now we're going down another road. Yeah. There's a loud muffler car behind me. Are you gonna go straight? Or is he gonna turn? Why do I care? I really don't. But it's something to talk about. Oh. Yes. So, review bro. Got any big plans for tomorrow? Oh, me? No, not really. There's more deer. Hey, what's up, Holmes? But, again, we walk. Don't make eye contact with the deer. They take that as a sign of threatening, of you being a threat. Kind of like looking at someone and saying, yo, you want to fight? You know? So don't do that. Just keep walking. Kind of glance at them, but that's all. Anyways. Well, here we walk. Where were we? Got any big plans tomorrow, review bro? No, not really. Well, we do got something planned for the channel. Now, this is a debate, which I have been arguing myself. Kind of as they portray in the cartoons, you know, where they got the little angel in one ear, the little devil in the other. Kind of one of those little debates. And it's about monetization of this channel. I was thinking, I said, well, it has been recommended for me for years that I should monetize, should make a profit, earnings of some sort, some degree off of these videos. Should I, or should I not? And I've decided, you know, I always have said, well, it was never my intention to make ads on this video, on my videos, but soon we are going to monetize. Now, there's a difference, okay? I want to tell you this. We are going to monetize here at the Report of the Week. I'm going to start putting ads on the videos, and that'll be that. Just to help support the channel pretty much all funds will be going straight over to just help acquire products, keep things running, help pay for the VORW radio broadcast. That's it. Really not going to be pocketing anything, just to help. I mean, this is a cheap channel, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't expect to really make much at all off of monetization, but it's a cheap channel, doesn't require too much to keep it running, so we don't, really require too much at all, so it works out. It does. Regardless, I need to clarify something with you, because some people, present company excluded, don't get the difference between monetizing and selling out. And there is a difference, dear listeners. There is a difference. Monetizing is what I will be doing. Simply put, saying I got an AdSense account, tying it up to the PayPal account or so forth, tying it to the bank account, putting an ad on the videos, make something, and that's that. Nothing changes otherwise. Selling out is something entirely different. Selling out is where you say, alright, well, I want to make a little more money, so gonna start kissing up to the man and get with some group, some organization, and do whatever they tell me to do. Kind of sign yourself up to a contract. Now, yes, you will make more money by doing so, but you're going to sign yourself up to a contract, or you're going to start kissing up to different people, and you're going to start doing what they want you to do so you can make a profit. You become a slave to the dollar, really. Not really a wage slave, but you become a slave to the dollar, where these people with the money, they'll tell you what they want, and you will do it. And I get it. That's what work is, really. Got a job, the people with the money, aka the boss, tells you what to do, you do it, and you get money. It's work. When it comes to the YouTube business, it's really being more of a slave. Especially when you lose pretty much your creative freedom, just goes straight out the door when you want to make some money like that. That's not what I'm going to do. Because quite frankly, if I did that and signed up to some company, they'd say, alright, we want you to be more modern, we want you to do this, that, the other thing. We want the VORWs to be scripted, probably wear modern suits, do your hair a different way, don't talk about shortwave because, a more contemporary audience won't understand what the hell you're talking about. This, that, and the other thing. And by the end of it, would I even be Review Bra anymore? Would I even be the Report of the Week? Would I even be John anymore? And to answer that, no, I would not. I would simply be a business entity, and it would just be something that I know I would regret, and something that I don't want to do, and something I doubt too many of you want me to do either. So I hope you understand that. But know that when I say I'm going to monetize, means there's going to be an ad on a video. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, there it is. Yeah. That's that. New Average Day video coming up this week, I believe. So look forward to that. Average Day 2K15, 2015. So that's that. We got that to look forward to. Anything else going on in Review Bra's world? It's worth talking about? Anything? I think so. Oh yes. Now you're gonna hear about this in the fan mail. You're gonna hear about this many times. I mean, by the time you're done with this, you're gonna be sick of it. You're gonna be, I guarantee you, rolling around on the floor like some rabid creature, vomiting profusely. Because you're gonna be so sick of this. It's going to be about the Shortwave oddity video which was presented, I believe, a few days ago, where you hear the end of some music, and all of a sudden the audio abruptly cuts off. I'm filming my shortwave radio, and what do you hear out of the receiver? Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! And I'm not going to scream like a raving lunatic in public like that, but you get the picture. And at the end I say, what is that? What is that? In an inquiring tone, almost puzzled. Maybe a hint of surprise in there. Shock, horror, consternation, too added. What is that? What is that? So, that was a joke. The video was a joke. And maybe it was done too well, because a lot of people gave genuine responses. And they said, well, that was a Shia LaBeouf motivational video just to do it. I don't know how it got on shortwave, though, but neat catch, or something to that extent. Well, I will explain myself. As you know, I'm a big shortwave enthusiast. And if you might also know, I broadcast the VORW show. It's relayed on shortwave to North America on 7490 kilohertz. That number is 7490. If you watch the video again, what number you're going to see there in my receiver? 7490. So I think already, maybe for some of the pieces are already adding together. My VORW show broadcasts between 2300 hours UTC and 0000 hours UTC. What number do you see on the upper right-hand corner of my receiver? 2358. Well, when was this uploaded? Well, look at the date. So, now it's starting to come together. This video, in the very end of my VORW broadcast, I was playing some Oasis. And I wanted to hear how it sounded on shortwave. The Shia LaBeouf video. Wanted to kind of see how the screaming audio kind of sounds. So, when I made the show a few hours earlier, I added the clip in, and then I thought something else. Well, let's mess with everyone. How about, as the audio is playing, I film it, say it's a shortwave oddity, and be like totally puzzled by it. And that is what I did. I uploaded it, and maybe we fooled a few people, but this is what I was doing. I figure I have revealed my big secret to you all. Since you've probably been listening and putting up to the show for, let's see, what are we at now? Like 30 minutes. I've been walking for, probably with the intro, 40 minutes. So, that's that. So you get that. You get the backstory behind it. We're walking. We are walking. That we are. I know, that was a big secret there. Walking to a field. We're walking past fields now. Actually looks really cool. Here's a car. When the car passes, I'll tell you this. Walking past a field here. There's a few lights by this field. I think this looks very interesting. I guess it's just a layer of condensation, I suppose. What is present in this field here looks like just a little fog bank, like a mini little fog bank, so it seems. I'd say hovering only 3 feet off the ground. I think that's really neat, to be honest. But what I'm seeing is just this fog, like this mist, going only about waist level, encompassing the entire field here, and I think that looks really, really neat. But again, I think that does make sense considering that it did rain pretty recently. And all. I think that does make sense. Woo! Getting out of breath a little bit here. Anything else worth mentioning before we conclude our walk? Our walkies, as I sometimes call them. And jump into the fan mail. We have our mailbag show. No, not really. Kind of, not really sweating a little bit, but feeling warm. I am, but that's what physical exercise is supposed to do to you. Get the blood flowing. That's that. I'm thinking, when I get home, I'm gonna go sit down for a while, grab a balls. It's called balls, B-A-W-L-S, not like testicles or anything, but balls. I'm gonna grab a balls energy drink, as I have one, sitting there, have it, drink it, and kick back, relax for a little bit, catch my breath, and then start up the microphone again, and we'll do our mailbag show. We will. All right? Does that sound like a plan, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I sure hope so, because that's what we're doing on this absolute monarchy, this dictatorship known as VORW, where whatever I say goes as the show is being recorded. That's what I think we'll do. But yeah, beautiful night. Getting dark now. All the street lights are on. It is, I'd say it's night. Now looking towards the east, sky is black. And looking towards the west, now the sky is a very dark blue over there. And on the far horizon, the sky is just this little hint of tan. Thunderhead is still behind me, so we'll make it home just in time, I imagine. And a very nice walk. We were able to make the very most out of our first day of summer. Dear listeners, it's been a pleasure walking with you. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. Fan mail program is next. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. With our mailbag show, our fan mail program. Of course, I'm in much better spirits than at the beginning of the show. Just had to give it time, settle down, and it did. It did. It's gonna be alright. This is our fan mail program. Thank you all for your responses for the fedora hat question. Of course, we always like to have some interaction with the listeners. So, listeners, we present you another question. I was looking at these Oreos here. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Oreos. That made me think. Just generic Oreo cookies. Now, of course, this is more of a selective question. So you could only answer if you've had these. And yes, I know a lot of people have, but some haven't. If you've ever eaten Oreos, the Oreo cookies, okay, how do you eat them? Well, how do you eat them? Are you the kind of person that takes off the top part of the cookie, eats that, then eats the rest? Are you the person who takes off the top part of the cookie, eats the frosting, and then eats the cookie? Are you the person who doesn't take it apart at all and just eats it in one bit? Are you the person who dips it in milk and eats it? So how do you eat an Oreo? Because people have all different types of styles and means of doing so. So, how do you eat an Oreo? What is your means of consumption? So, feel free to message us, answer us, send us your thoughts, your thoughts really, I guess your views, opinions, etc. And I look very forward to checking it out. Alright. Okay, alright. Alright. Here we are. We got a lot of fan mail, so let's do this. Who knows how long the show will go, but it'll go for as long as it goes. And this is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. First letter. Dear John, have to say, hearing you read my letter aloud is a good old kick of nostalgia. 2, as I mentioned last summer, I'd work from 3 a.m. Pacific time, then come home and listen to a good VORW before, as I was hitting the hay for the night. Must have been about every other night we would have a VORW, and I understand that it isn't sustainable, but man, those are some good days. Questions, comments. I know I asked a long time ago, but what was your favorite subject in school, excluding, of course, lunch? How far did you pursue education? Well, gonna give college a shot. Try and go into broadcasting, but back in school, my favorite subject was always history. That was always my favorite. Always a history buff. The most useless subject there is. Gets you absolutely nowhere in life, but man, is it interesting, in my opinion. I'd be very happy with some comparison reviews. I think that is an amazing idea. Maybe you could have a big pizza off blowout episode, wherein you order a slice of pizza from all the big pizza places and do a blind with just to which brand is which taste test. And we can finally see once and for all who is the best at delivering grease crap pizza. My money is personally on Pizza Hut. It's an interesting suggestion. When it comes to desserts, what is your preference? Cake, pies, turnovers, biscuits? What kind specifically? I.e. ice cream cakes, apple pies, what have you. Gotta say, I either like a good cookie cake, of course. Gotta be cookie cake. Those things are great. Sometimes I'll actually just get one as a snack, and that'll just be it for me. Or pies. A good apple pie is good, but it has to be a good one. Those things I can be rather picky with. What sport do you detest more than any other? Can't say. I'm really a fan of, well, it is a sport, of badminton. Hate it. Awful. Finally, in response to the fedora inquiry, I do not believe the hat is inherently bad, but it is certainly used that way. Thank you as always. I sincerely hope you have a good day, from Nick. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for writing. Do write again. I don't have an opinion on people wearing fedoras. Doesn't bother me. Although some big fat guy with yellow teeth with a My Little Pony button on, with one on, well, then I might get a few laughs out of it. Long-time watcher, but one question: why the 1930s act? Well, my friend, if you're really, I guess you were. Well, that actually makes sense. All right. Gonna say if you were a long-time watcher, you would know it wasn't an act, but he said a watcher, not a listener, so I imagine he doesn't really listen to the VORW shows. It's not an act, my friend. It's how I am. It's what I wear. And I wear 80s and 90s suits, not 30s. But when people see someone wearing a suit all the time, they instinctively say, oh, it's the 1930s, it's the 20s, he looks like a gangsta. Getting some water, by the way. But it's not an act, it's just how I dress. It's how I've been dressing for years. I'd say a good 6-7 years now. So it's just me. Just me. Just me. This individual writes, hello again, I'm messaging you to answer the latest question about fedora hats. I think that they're a fine accessory as they complement the modest yet formal way men used to dress until fairly recently, when fashion as a whole degraded into its current state, where people wear t-shirts, which used to be considered underwear a few decades ago, and jeans in public, the importance of head covering past. Nowadays, people wearing fedoras as well as other formal headwear tend to stand out. It's easy to become a laughingstock by mismatching a formal hat with very informal attire, as the stereotypical fedora neckbeards do. At the same time, using a fedora to complete a full suit is still a valid fashion choice that I hold nothing against. As a side note, I remember stories from relatives of how important it used to be for both men and women to cover their heads in public prior to the 1970s in my native country of Poland. Stepping outdoors with a bare head was like parading around naked. Well, thank you very much for writing. I think that actually is really interesting that you bring that up. And I guess it really does with the fedora hat. It really does matter what you wear with the hat. It is something just to think a few decades ago how wearing a hat was, you wouldn't be seen outside without wearing a hat. And then a decade before that, you wouldn't be seen outside without a suit on. But I guess things gradually, as the society changed, things changed as well with it. Specifically in the 60s with the cultural, revolution. And the hippies, etc. Hey, Review Bra. This email is in response to your question from the latest VORW about the fedora hats. Personally, I think they look very stylish at times, but due to the stereotype of the fedora-wearing Reddit user, it has no longer become acceptable to wear them in public, which is a real shame because I think they actually look pretty good. Perhaps in the future, when the stereotype goes away, the hats will become more socially acceptable. Take care, Scott. Yeah, I do think that the stereotypical fedora, Reddit neckbeard, etc., has ruined the hat. You go out, and you risk some idiot taking pictures of you to post on some forum or something. So, I understand that. I do. I understand that. But maybe in the future, it will go away, the stereotype. And, who knows? Who knows? We'll just see what the future holds, and maybe one day, right? Let's say maybe one day. Maybe one day the hat will be back. From a regular writer, and a well-dressed one at that. Greetings and salutations, Review Bra. I wasn't planning on writing in for a couple of weeks, but an event happened which is compelling me to write you this scroll. In the words of the song, "One for my baby and one more for the road," I've got a little story you ought to know. It might amuse you, actually. It has to do with suits. So today, June the 13th, 2015, took a trip to Men's Warehouse. I hadn't purchased a suit there in about 2 years, since they don't really have the styles I like, but they used to have some good selections a couple years ago that were in line with the more traditional styles. Anyway, I went there because I needed to refit some of the suits I had bought from them a couple of years ago, as I've lost some weight and needed to take some things in. Let's start with the fitting. From previous conversations, I like well-fitted suits, but can't stand slim fit, much like you. The tailor at the store was trying to fit me and grabbed the fabric around my waist so tightly that I felt like I had a belt on beyond the last hole. Apparently that's a normal fit nowadays. I finally found out how it may have felt for a woman to be fitted into corsets in the olden days. So I told the lady, "Oh, I don't want a slim fit. I just want it fitted to my size comfortably. Leave some room, please." She looked at me like I had two heads, but agreed and fitted the suits to my specifications. The same story happened with my suit jackets. So, after the fitting, I went to look at some of the suits. Just to look. It was a suit store after all. And asked the sales representative for a 3-button suit with pleated pants and cuffs. He told me that there were barely any pleated pants in the store, and not many 3-buttons. And the ones that were 3-buttoned, or even vested, were slim fit. Many were in this new style called extreme slim fit. God. So, I just sarcastically said, "You wouldn't have any double-breasted suits, and I imagine," and he joined me in a chuckle. Apparently, all new styles are in, and the pleats are suddenly unfashionable. I never thought I would see pleats eradicated by the slim fads. On the way out, while I was paying for my alterations, I reiterated my disbelief that pleated pants were no longer available, not even fashionable, my general dislike of modern styles. He told me that over the past year they've gotten extremely slimmer, and he believes that suits will only get tighter and tighter the way things are going. I thought you might find this whole situation somewhat amusing. If anything, I know your theory is that suits will either get extremely tighter and tighter as years go on, or revert to more traditional styles with normal fits, i.e. roomier pants, etc. Sadly, it seems like they still have some tightening to go before reverting. Hope all is well with you. Best wishes, your pal, Rob. Thank you for writing, Rob. I know you write pretty regularly. You're a fellow, well-dressed individual. Always wear a suit, I know. And that is a shame. It is. And your story is a perfect example why I don't buy from suit stores. I don't go there. I just don't go there. It's awful. I've tried, and never again. It's just awful. So that's why I have to buy everything online. Almost everything. And I always go for, 90s suits for the most part, just because the styles today, it just doesn't work. It's awful. My father, he wears suits pretty often too. And, most of his suits are from the 90s as well. And he prefers the more traditional style as well. So, a few years back, he went to Macy's, where he bought 2 new black suits. Compare them to his older suits, or, these slim fit suits, etc. And he just hates them, and he doesn't even wear them anymore. They're just too uncomfortable. So, I don't know. I can't say I like the whole... I don't like the whole slim fit trend. I mean, if you remember, maybe, if you really watched all the videos, you might remember back in 2014, where I had this black suit that I'd sometimes wear that has thinner lapels, 2-button suit, black suit. Sometimes I'd wear it with a vest, and I'd always complain about it. I would sometimes call it a rag. That was one of my more modern suits. It was a modern black suit that I picked up at a suit store back in early 2013. And you know what? Guess what? It's a modern suit. I said, no, the heck with this. So in late 2014, I ditched it. I still have it hanging up in the closet collecting dust. I haven't worn it since about November. But it's still hanging up there, not being worn. And instead I bought this other black suit, a black 3-piece suit with pleated pants, roomier, longer jacket, 3-button jacket. I replaced it, and I had to do it. It's just, I don't know, are there any places in the world that are even last vestiges for more traditional fitting clothing? I mean, I know there's always North Korea. That's just how it is over there. So maybe North Korea, right? Thank you for writing, Rob. Dear Review Bro, first off, I'd like to say I really like your channel, especially the VORW shows. I suffer from depression, anxiety, and bouts of derealization, but your VORW shows really put me in a good mood, so I wanted to thank you for your work you put into them and the rest of your videos. In regards to the fedora question, I don't see a problem with people wearing fedoras. I don't see them as a relic of a bygone era. However, I do think they look best when worn with a suit and tie. I personally never wore them because I'm not a hat person, but I'd be lying if I said the stigma that comes with them now isn't also a major deterrent. Love the channel and keep doing the good work. P.S. I was in that Q&A thread on R9K. Thanks for visiting us, robots. Come back soon, review, homie. Well, thank you for your opinion, insight, and, yeah, I stopped by R9K somewhat recently because there was a thread about me, but I don't know. I'm not going to come back for a while. Guys gave me quite the hard time this time around, but I imagine it's a a large board, and who knows, people can be temperamental sometimes. But anyways, moving on. Hey there, Port of the Week. Thanks for responding to my comment on the last VORW. To follow up, might I suggest doing a classic comparative review, Big Mac versus a Whopper. That's a pretty decent one. I think this could be a nice way of revisiting some of the McDonald's menu that you reviewed many years ago and giving new scores on your new scale. Could also do a comparison between McDonald's and Burger King's fries, another classic debate about which is better. I'd very much like to hear your thoughts on these. Thanks for all these great videos. Well, thank you. You know, I think that's actually pretty neat. Compare McDonald's and Burger King. Two fast food giants going head to head. Death match on Running on Empty. Food review. We shall see, my friend. Hi. In response to your last VORW question about fedoras, I think fedoras should only be worn with a suit, or at least some kind of appropriate vintage clothing. I didn't realize that this was my opinion until you asked the question. They just don't look good with a lot of clothes people wear them with now. Look very silly when worn with t-shirts and jeans. Keep up the reviewing. Your friend, Chelsea. And again, I do agree that, fedora hats they don't work in a casual, it's a formal hat, and I think it should be worn strictly with formal wear. That's what I think. I think the general consensus is already emerging, where I think it is that fedoras are, for the most part, okay when worn with a suit. But especially with casual wear, that's a big no-no. Dear Review Bra, fedoras and trilbies can situationally be unfashionable. Either the rest of your outfit should be complemented by the hat, or you just look good in anything. Otherwise, stay away. As you always say, don't wear a trilby with jeans and a t-shirt. Thank you for writing. Fedoras are one of my favorite hats. They go well with a suit, go well with a waistcoat, and go very well with trench coats, and, go well with a shirt and tie. Fedoras, for me, are classic and cannot be left out of my wardrobe. I have several of them in different colors. I personally like the style of fedoras of the 20s through the 40s. The ones that I have seen today are okay, but I would not wear it. Oh, and I would wear them. I do have 2 of them, but seem small in my head. Fedoras are for the well-dressed gentleman, as a cowboy hat is for cowboys. They are both made to keep rain off the head, as one wears a trench coat or a duster. Umbrellas are good, but don't stand up to wind very well. As a fedora, you can use one hand to keep it on one's head as you run or walk to your destination. If fedoras ever went out of style, I would still wear one. They're iconic to the trench coat in the movies of the 20s through this century. Gangsters, detectives, Humphrey Bogart, and Casablanca wore them. I do have ivy caps I wear, but if it's raining, grab the good old fedora. It's from Trenchcoat, a regular listener and another well-dressed individual who also writes. I think that's pretty neat that you offer your feedback on the fedora hat and are a regular wearer of one. I think that's really neat, to be honest. I have a few fedoras, and I want to wear them, I guess, more frequently, I should say. Just want to wear them more frequently. Break out the hat. Just go out and, I guess, do it. But I will. I will. Have hats. Hats are meant to be worn. They really are. I'm looking at it right now, the fedora, black one. Maybe I should wear it tomorrow. We'll see. We will see. We shall see. But there it is. Good fedora. Hey there! Report of the week. Joseph Stalin here again. Just wanted to say I enjoy your recent videos, especially the one about the Pop-Tarts. Think you should do more breakfast reviews. I recommend the Grand Slam from Denny's. They also have a wonderful Grand Slamwich. Anyway, I'm really messaging you to inquire about possibly receiving an autograph from you. It means a lot to me to have one. It doesn't matter what you put it on, but a postcard would be nice. Maybe an item of some significance that has made an appearance in your videos. I have made a hobby out of collecting autographs from my favorite YouTubers. Your autograph would make a great addition to my collection. And I gave his address. Of course, I'm going to keep the address private as requested. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe we'll see what we can do. So, don't count on it, but you never know. You never know. Carrying on. Dear Report of the Week. Around 2012, I ran into one of your videos and subscribed immediately. You caught my interest, the way you represented yourself professionally. Knowing you're around my age, I was glad to see there are still people like you. You're very well-mannered, modest, and direct. Your choice in clothing is dapper, conservative yet sleek. I enjoy you wear an older style of suits. I strongly dislike designer suits and skinny ties. Yuck. You may not know me, but in the subculture I participate in, I'm an anthro artist, and I'm very well known for drawing anthropomorphic characters with suits, ties, and related formal wear. I'm also known for other things, but very few of my audience enjoy wearing formal clothing. I attempt to preserve this style and wish to pass it on. I love wearing suits, but the area I live in is, ghetto, so it's not safe for me. I'll get mugged, mad-dogged, etc. So I'm writing a lot. Highly doubt you'll see this, but I just wanted to thank you for being brave enough to wear it casually. I wish I could do the same. I have tons of coats, trench coats, blazers, vests, and other related things I plan to wear in the future confidently. I do know in the past 4chaners and Redditors would like to start things for S's and giggles. I didn't know if there was a lot going on the internet and in real life, so I wish the best for you. Apologize for my messed up grammar. I hope things go well for you. Be very eager if you replied. Well, thank you for writing, sir. Thank you very much for writing. And really, go for it. When you feel like you want to, and when you feel like you could, go for it and wear the suits. And, wear them with pride. If you want to do a suit everyday thing like I do, I guarantee you at first it's going to be tough. Not putting on the suits itself or wearing the suits, but just getting the courage to do it. You might think, well, people are going to look at me. What are they going to think? What's going to happen? So on and so forth. But once you get past that, it'll be alright. Now I don't even put any thought into it. It's just, oh yeah, a suit, that's what I'm going to wear today. So, it's just how things are. And, just go for it. Sounds like you have a nice collection of formal wear amassed. So I think it'll be alright. That's what I think. This is going to be a long VORW, but I don't think anyone will complain. Hello again, Review Bra. About the fedora, I have nothing against the hat itself. I think it got a bad rap when it was associated with the neckbeard/atheist stereotype. It looks bad in those cases because people wear it with a t-shirt and jeans and expect to look classy. In your case, you wear it with a suit as it was meant to be worn and as part of your personal style. I probably wouldn't wear one myself, because it wouldn't suit my style, but it complements your style. If you like it, you should wear it. Well, thank you. And another adding to the consensus, where for t-shirt and jeans, fedora hat doesn't look classy. Fedora hat is a formal hat, and it doesn't look good with informal wear, but obviously some people do think so. So, thank you very much for writing. On to the next. Review Bra. As a longtime fan and supporter, I must admit I was somewhat disappointed in your latest video entitled Pop-Tarts Chocolatey Strawberry. While I completely understand and recognize you apologized for being distracted by the computer, I feel it necessary to vocalize what could have been, and usually is, another top-notch review that came off as you being completely disinterested in making a video. That being said, I want to reinforce I'm truly a fan of yours and understand that no one is on their game 100% of the time. This is why I still liked the video. No way did I mean this message to come across as unappreciative or nitpicking. In my opinion, regardless of the review, lecture, VORW, you are forced to be reckoned with and you're passionate about what you're doing with poor representation of women qualities. Hope all is well and have a fantastic summer. Regards. Let's see what he was talking about here. Pop-Tarts. Chocolatey strawberry. Was it that? Don't tell me it was that. Oh, you're kidding me. No, come on. Food review. Is he referencing me to when I go and shut that off? Oh, boy, I swear, you people. You people. That was intentional. That was, and I'm sorry you didn't like it, but that was intentional. Sometimes in some videos I'll simply leave the radio on just on purpose to come in and shut it off and blab about it and waste an extra 30 seconds of your time, but that was intentional. I purposefully left that off because, believe me, it's an arduous process to set everything up, clean the table, focus the camera, go in for a test shot, so I wouldn't let something like that go by unintended. So that's that. Just know it was intentional. I did that on purpose. All the best, and thank you for your constructive criticism. My man. Just wanted to say I love your work. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi there. Just saw your video on the Shortwave station. I know you're a Shortwave enthusiast. You probably already know, but in case you haven't, I was wondering if you've ever heard of UVB-76, also known as the buzzer. There are similar stations called the pip and the squeaky wheel. Really interesting to read about these mysterious stations. Anyway, I'd like you to know, just in case you've never heard of them before. Oh, of course I know of them. Those are legendary. Buzzer 4625, the pip 3756 and 5448 kilohertz. The pip is my station. I used to be a monitor of the pip back when I was really big into number stations. Let me see. Let's see if I could find this here. Yep, there we go. The pip. I was a monitor of it, actually. I used to spend time just listening to the pip. Beep. Yeah, the pip. And it was a funny coincidence for me. It came to be known in the community of number station shortwave oddity number, or monitors, I guess you'd say, as the guy who always heard the voice messages on the pip, but never heard the voice messages on the buzzer. UVB-76. We call it the buzzer, but it's UVB-76 to most. To me, it will always be the buzzer, but always heard messages on its counterpart, the pip. Sometimes on the squeaky wheel. But the pip. That was my station. That's what I always heard the voice messages on. And I have a few recorded in my shortwave archives here. I'm just looking for it now. Let's play one on the air here. Let's find one. Let's find one. We'll find one for you. If we can't in like 20 seconds, we'll say forget about it. But I know there's one. I know there's more than one. No, we don't want that one. Arg. Arg. But yeah, now the pip, the buzzer, the squeaky wheel, we know them all. We really know them all. Very familiar with all of them. Really neat stations that I think about, the 24-hour operation of them and all. Something that I could go and talk about for a while, but the buzzer, actually the station that actually got me into shortwave in the beginning. Maybe read about it in some site or something. Is that's what really, drove me into this beautiful, amazing hobby. And it's what's really, it's what brought me in there. And I know sometimes I don't really listen to these stations anymore. I kind of just think, they are what they are. I kind of forget about it. But, I will say, if it weren't for those stations, I never would have even, I guess, known about shortwave, and they just dragged me in, and I gotta be thankful for that. I do. All right, yeah. Here's some pipperoonie messages right here. This is one from my archives from March 22nd, 2014, on 5448 kilohertz. The female announcer. Yep, so that's one. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 messages I saved up here. I was less fortunate with the squeaky wheel. Just have 3 from there. And the buzzer, I did hear a message from it one time. Let's see, I have that in my archives too. Let's see which one that's from. It's from August 20th, 2013. Let's see if we could play that one for you. Then he repeats it. And this is where he's reading off numbers and so forth in Russian and codes. And back to the buzzing. Back to the buzzer, the mighty buzzer, as this one individual who is also a monitor from the UK called it. Thanks for writing, Ross. Brought back some memories. Greetings, Report of the Week. Wanted to ask if you posted more at all of Regression of Life, your short story of which you read a portion of in VORW 86. You planning on reading any more in future VORWs? Posting it online anywhere. And I am. You'll get more of it. You will. So don't worry about that. You're going to get more of the story, so you have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear at all, my friend. Thank you for writing, though. I'm glad someone inquired about it. No. In response to your most recent video about the radio oddity, that is Shia LaBeouf's motivational speech. Indeed it is. You're a true inspiration. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you for writing. Dear the Report of the Week. What do I think about fedora hats? Well, I'll keep my answers short and to the point. I think fedora hats look good on you. That's pretty much it. P.S. You're gorgeous. Well, thank you for writing. Thank you for writing. Thank you for your comments and compliments, and thank you for your opinions. Thank you. Hey, review bro. Thanks again for the consistent quality content. Still listen to you to fall asleep when I'm having trouble. Wrote you about 6 months ago about an album I was making. See if I can get a shout out. Put at the start of the album. Thanks so much. It was perfect, and a lot of people asking how I got you on there. Your reach is worldwide. Making a follow-up to that album that's all ready to go, and I was wondering if I could get another quick shout out saying, "Welcome to Goon Sweat." Would be perfect. Thanks for making great content. Oh, happily. Let me drink some water here. Clear the throat switch for optimal speaking. He said it's fine if I do it on the show, so I will. I'll do it with great pleasure. Welcome to Goon Sweat. We could say it that way, or we could say, welcome to Goon Sweat. Or for a third way, we'll just say it standard, VORW. Welcome to Goon Sweat. Welcome to Goon Sweat. Alright, we gave you 4 options to say it, so take your pick, and hope that helped. Hey, you ever heard of the Uberman sleep schedule? It's kind of expansion of your bi-daily naps. The Uberman is a sleep schedule consisting entirely of 20-minute naps spaced equidistant throughout the day. In its traditional form, Uberman is 6 equidistant naps throughout each day. Please let me know your thoughts. There are many other less extreme versions. Thank you. And thank you. Yes, I have researched polyphasic sleep to great extent. I just do my nappies, but yes, such a thing as the Uberman exists, and I've read about it. Now, the reason I haven't done that, and yes, it is a nice time saver. So, the reason I haven't done the Uberman sleep schedule is simply because, alright, bear in mind here, is that it's 6 equidistant naps. 6 is a lot throughout the day. You gotta take one, really, you gotta take one, every 4 hours? Yeah. So you really, you gotta build that in, and then if you miss one, you screw everything up. So, just too much of a reliant, per se, on that. You really let the clock run your life. So, I prefer my 2 naps, and that does the trick. Lately, I've been falling asleep every night at around 4 a.m., waking up every morning at 9. Usually I'll fall asleep at 4 or 5, and I'll wake up at around 9. Listen to KBS World Radio from South Korea, the English service to North America. Then I'll go nappy again from, like 4 or 5 p.m. to, 7 p.m. But it works. Works out. Thanks for writing. Got anything else? Anything else? Let's check. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 messages telling me about the Shia LaBeouf thing. So thank you all for linking me to that. We got you. The Joker got you. Oh, and this individual writes, sorry for the double message, but I thought I would share some possible VORW artwork. This is also being featured on the subreddit. I like it a lot, and certainly it's featured in this review. The Blessed Chalice of Water. Let's save this to the computer right now. Let's save it to a file I remember. We'll call it Chalice. There we go. Chalice.jpg. .jpeg. See, alright, that's all for fan mail. Let's see what's going on in the new neck of the woods here. Now we're going to try something new for this VORW show, okay? So get ready. Oh, here we got a question here on the email. New fans here, Stephen and Melissa. Listen to your show now. To answer your question about fedoras, we don't like them. Look forward to your upcoming VORWs. Thank you, and thank you for being so blunt and honest about that. We don't like them, so thank you. Now, we have a new... Well, first off, let's go to the subreddit, and then we got an offer for you. Okay? See if we have anything there. Oh yeah, Reddit. They got 1,000 subscribers from them the other day. Their subreddit, deep into YouTube. I don't really consider my videos so deep, but deep into YouTube, found out about it, and people apparently thought they liked what they were seeing, so they flocked over. So anyone listening from Reddit, thank you for tuning in, even if it's for the first time. Thank you. And this individual asked, said it's been so long, it's been 9 days since the VORW, okay, etc., etc. I said, yeah, it'll be alright, we'll get the VORW up, but just know sometimes, it's life. Sometimes life, I have things to do in life. I can't devote all the time to VORWs. But, anyways. So here's the thing. As some of you might know, with the VORW shortwave broadcast, in response to people who say, we have reception of, I listen to your shortwave broadcast. They email me, and I send them an EQSL card, which is almost like a postcard, but online, where it's, a picture of me with a special design and stuff, with these little lines that I'll fill out, and it will formally confirm that the person listened to the station. And I've designed one every month or two, and I have different series of QSL cards that some shortwave listeners like to collect. Well, I was thinking, some stations in Germany actually verify reception reports online. You could say, listen to your web stream, and they'll still send you one of these verification cards. You don't just need to listen via terrestrial radio like that. So that made me think, well, how about this? I know I used to only verify reception reports for the VORW shortwave broadcast, but if you want one of these EQSL cards, and you don't have to be a shortwave listener for this, you could never even know of shortwave. It's just a little collectible type thing from Review Bra himself. You could save it onto your computer, you could do whatever you want with it. But if you want one of these, it's just a picture, customized for you, where I fill out information and just type it in, really. So if you want one of these QSL cards, I am offering them for this specific online VORW show. This specific online VORW broadcast. I'm saying this at the very end because I feel that those of you who actually listen to this whole show deserve one. You deserve a little something almost as compensation. So exclusively for VORW show 92, okay, for VORW show 92, here's what you need to do if you want one. Send an email to vorwinfo@gmail.com. That's one word. vorwinfo@gmail.com. vorwinfo@gmail.com. In your email, here's what you need, okay? Just let us know how you want to be referred to on the card, okay? Could give your online screen name, could give a fake name, I don't care, really. Please don't make it offensive. That's just all I ask. But just give me what you want to be referred to as, and simply give us the time that you listened to this broadcast. You don't even need to be too specific, because I know it's an online show. I know you like to sometimes space things out. So just say what time it is that you're listening. That's all. And I'll give an approximation on the card. So if you're listening right now, you look at the clock, it's 3 a.m. Just tell me you want to be referred to as blah, 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 and listen at 3 a.m. That's it. That's all we need. And I'll fill out a card to your liking. And I think it'd be something neat to do. So if you're interested in this, just hit me up, vorwinfo@gmail.com, and even if you're unsure exactly what it is, I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Alright? We'll just reply back to you with this picture filled out for you. You can save it to your computer, and that's all there is to it. Really easy. So, it's up to you, your call, your decision, but that's all we got. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. That concludes our broadcast today. This was the Mailbag Show, the VORW Show. Thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Remember our question for the show: how do you like to consume an Oreo cookie? So feel free to message us with those results, those feedback. Let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Questions, comments, feedback, anything else you'd like to send us, feel free to send us via YouTube or email us at repweekinterview1@gmail.com. Or if you want your special EQSL card for this online VORW show, all you need to do is just email us VORWinfo@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. This is being uploaded tonight. Thank you all, and take care. Good day. This is the Report of the Week.